Welcome to 13 Degrees of Screams.
Where we scream so you don't scream.
We're your host, Alex.
And Stephanie.
And this week, we run over a man and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Before we get started, make sure you subscribe and click the bell to be notified when we post new episodes.
Let's dive in and see just how scary I Know What You Did Last Summer is on a scale of 1 to 13. I Know What You Did Last Summer is a 1997 American slasher film directed by Jim Gillespie and written by Kevin Williamson. The film centers on four teenage friends who are stalked by a hook-wielding killer 1 year after covering up a car accident in which they believe they killed a man. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 46% with a critical consensus that states, a by-the-numbers slasher that arrived a decade too late, the mostly tedious I Know What You Did Last Summer will likely only hook die-hard fans of the genre. It also has a 41% audience score. For our rating, we will discuss four aspects of the movie and score it from 0 to 3 for each. These individual ratings will be added to make our overall scary rating. To kick us off, Stephanie, what did you give plot?
I gave plot a 1. I said a simplistic plot with a good hook, pun intended, but I found that I didn't really care about any of our main characters. When I think of a similar start to a movie like Infinity Pool, the main character has no other option but to create a clone of himself to die or be killed himself. So when it comes to maybe facing some consequences about driving recklessly, it seems minuscule in comparison, and they definitely should have just dropped him out of hospital when they realized he was still alive. That was a valid option, and the guilt of the accident was ruining their lives anyway, so it didn't spare them from anything to cover it up. The other grievance I had is it's supposed to all be about revenge, but then the fisherman also kills random townspeople that were not involved with the hit and run at all. So the movie ends up seeming a little confused with what it wants. How about you?
I gave it a 2. I said, I Know What You Did Last Summer is a slasher film through and through, much to the dismay of Lois Duncan herself. However, the added layer of guilt associated with the accident the summer before does add a layer that maybe a more generic film wouldn't explore. The film does become a bit convoluted when trying to figure out who the killer is and their motive, and the randomness of some of the kills to the people who didn't deserve it, at least in the sense of they weren't involved in the original accident. These only affect the scariness because it does take you out of the movie because you may be asking yourself what the hell is going on or why are these particular characters dying? Also, Helen Shivers is an icon, and you cannot convince me otherwise.
Right? The whole time I'm like, Buffy would never. Like, when she was getting chased by the killer, I'm like, Buffy, just turn around. Like,
it's not Buffy.
It is Buffy.
Helen.
It definitely is Buffy.
No, it's Helen Shivers, and Helen Shivers is great anyways.
No, yeah, I liked her character anyway, but still.
But we're talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer, not Buffy. It's hard. I know. It's hard to disconnect her, especially during this time.
Yeah.
I think she was in Buffy.
Definitely.
Or this movie was coming out.
Or right after, but no, maybe. I think maybe peak Buffy.
So it sounds like you weren't the biggest fan of this movie.
Yeah, I mean, going in, I knew most of what happened. This is kind of one of those movies I caught on TV, like channel surfing in college, so I saw most of it.
Mm-hmm.
Still wasn't like a big deal for me. Obviously, I kept looking for other stuff to watch.
That's fair. I like it. I feel like we have Scream, Halloween, Friday the 13th as like your peak slasher films, and then there's a sub tier, and this is in that tier.
Yeah.
Where it's still well known, but it never rises to the occasion of those other movies, I personally think.
It's just not overly unique with the kills, and I think that's what gets it kind of lagging after a while. Like, the initial setup is interesting because like it's very like these four friends that seem like so tight. As soon as there's a body on the road, they're like, fuck you, Helen, like, you shut up.
Shut up, Helen. What was his name? Helen's boyfriend.
Barry.
He's the word.
Barry.
It's his fault. He's the worst.
Yeah.
He's your typical angry male high school student.
Yeah. He like even yells at Ray before he lets Ray drive. Like, I was like, he's doing you a favor.
Nobody drives my car but me. You got that shit smeared.
Loud and clear. Get in the car.
And I feel like if you removed him from the equation, none of this would have happened.
Yeah, I think so. I think everyone might have second thought disposing of his body.
Right. I do like how they do kind of explore how everyone deals with the incident the following year. Like, Julie is a hot mess. Helen is just trying to live her life. Barry's still an angry douchebag, and Ray kind of just fucks off.
Yeah.
So I think
Kind
it's
of.
interesting how they kind of go their separate ways and how they all deal with it a little bit differently.
Right. Yeah, I think it was just because they agreed to never talk about it, but then it also kind of implied, I guess, never to talk to each other again. At least that's how they took it.
Yeah, Julie is probably like, I can't not talk about it, so I have to just remove myself from the situation.
Right.
The situation being her friends.
Mm-hmm. Fair. I mean, Barry was very threatening with especially Julie towards the end, because she was like, I'm not sure if this is right. And she wanted to call it like a murder or something. Like, he's like holding her by her throat at one point. It's pretty intimidating. I don't think we could be friends after that.
Yeah, we might want to call it quits after something along those lines. How'd you feel about the whole section of the movie when you're figuring out who the killer is, and it involves this whole backstory of the killer? It kills kills his daughter's boyfriend the night he's killed.
Yeah. I remember
It's so convoluted. I was so confused at first.
I remember, like, especially like if you're not paying attention, it feels even more distant. Like, when I first watched it, I was like, this is like the boyfriend's daughter's cousin husband and that kills them, and I'm not even sure how they're connected at all. And even when you are paying attention, you're like, huh?
What? There's that character, the sister of the boy who was killed by Ben Willis. And
he's the guy that's sitting on the ledge in the very beginning, and you have to actually like remember that you saw him, because at first it kind of seems like a whatever throwaway scene.
David Egan was the one that Ben killed because he was in a car accident and killed his daughter Susie. All right, we got
the year before. Yeah.
The year before. Yeah, the same night that he got struck.
Yes. The same night that Ben killed David.
Yeah.
Then Ben got struck. Yeah.
So this is based off a book. I'm not sure if you knew that.
I think I saw a little bit about that.
I never read it. However, did get it for $1.99 on Amazon. So I'm going to read it. But that was more of a psychological thriller, and Lois Duncan was very upset that they made this a slasher movie. I'd be curious to see what that route would have been.
Yeah, how different it was. I'm guessing it was probably more of like the tormenting, like the cutting the hair and the notes and stuff like that, if it's more psychological than it is actually gonna kill you kind of thing, unless it like culminates in like some big scene to kill them.
What did you give Suspense?
I gave Suspense a 2. I said not really suspenseful. There's a little taunting from the killer beforehand with the notes and pranks. But for the most part, the deaths are quick and without too much mess. The only one that stands out is Helen's death, because there's a huge chase scenes and several instances where it seems like she's going to make it out just to get got in an alley. Yeah, I was like, poor Helen. Like,
not Helen. No.
Not Helen. Yeah, and honestly, it was just so stressful for her. Like, she sees Barry get taken out while she's doing her, I don't know what you want to call it, her pageant queen revival, I guess. And she sees him get taken out in the balcony, tells the police, and then it becomes this whole thing. The police like barely looks around the balcony, is like, no one was up here. There's clearly blood dripping from one place.
Hey! What's the problem?
Help him! He's gonna kill him!
Who? Who's killing who?
Up in the balcony!
There's nobody up here. I gotta tell you, this is really not my idea of a funny joke either, you know?
He was here.
Who? Who was
Fisherman. He killed Barry.
Barry who? But you still.
Whatever. It was dark. He didn't care to turn on the lights. He's like, let's get back to the ladies on the stage. And the fact that the announcer ripped the crown out of her hands as she's crying with it.
She's like swarmed by people.
Yeah.
And they're like, calm down, calm down. How about you all just look where she's pointing? Maybe something's going on.
Right. They immediately stop her. They're like, no. And I feel like it's also a little bit of commentary of like, you know, she's just a little lady.
Yeah, it could be taken that way. For
yeah, that they're not going to listen to her. But then with the whole cop stops to ask someone if they need help, I'm like, clearly this is the guy. And then it just escalates from there, from her running all the way to her parents' shop, and then her sister getting killed, which was weird. Like, the sister was mean anyway, but still, like, why?
Elsa's the worst.
I know.
She deserved it.
She's literally like banging on the door, like, Elsa, please, I'm being chased. And Elsa's like, wait, I forgot something. Like, I forgot the keys. I'll just mosey over there, even though she's screaming at the door.
She does not care. She doesn't like Helen at all.
Apparently not. Yeah, but that was really my main scene for her, just because it just keeps building and building with the intensity of, like, is she gonna get out? Is she gonna get out? I kind of knew she wasn't. I feel like I remember that from the last time I watched, but still, like, they really try to fake you out a couple of times. Like, now she's good. No. I think they're just trying to give her, like, the actress, her credit for being involved. Like, she's the first one that comes up on the cast list when you Google the movie.
I mean, Sarah Michelle Gellar, let's be honest.
For sure. I think this was before probably Jennifer Love Hewitt, that's Julie, I believe that's the actress's name, was on Ghost Whisperer, so maybe that's why, like, she got a little bit better billing.
Yeah, I think this was one of her, I don't know if it was her first movie, but one of her early movies, and I think this one really put her on the spot.
But what did you have for Suspense?
I gave Suspense a 2. I said, I think the film has some good kills and has some good chase scenes. The scene of Helen will always be peak. The suspense is also heightened throughout the movie due to the character's paranoia. They are not only dealing with the stress of trying to find the killer, but also dealing with the trauma of what they did the year before.
Yeah, I could see that. Definitely was going places when Julie opens the trunk of her car and finds what's his name's body in there with all the crabs. Max or Matt, whichever.
I think it's Matt.
He literally has like 3 lines.
He also, Max, and also he was one of the people who didn't deserve to die. He didn't do nothing.
At least he had made a little bit more sense because he was there. Like, he showed up right after.
Yeah, he didn't know though.
No, I know, but maybe if he would have, like, checked it out a little bit more, he could have found him, kind of thing, but I don't know. It definitely gets, like, a little weird then, I think, because stuff happens too fast sometimes, like with him being able to move the body and the crabs before Julie gets Barry and Helen back outside. Like, did they all take a bathroom break and then hashed it out, and then they were like, now we'll go to the trunk? Like,
yeah, they went to town, got some tea, went to the bookstore.
Yeah, I don't know. It just same thing with Barry. Barry's kill happens like right in front of Helen, and they immediately rush up the stairs pretty much as soon as she's done freaking out for like 2 seconds downstairs where everyone's holding her back, and body's already gone, he's already gone, he might as well have already like Windexed it, like the scene.
Right, there's just no sign that he was even there. And speaking of Helen's scene, the part that makes me roll my eyes is they're at the store and he's standing there like he's one of the mannequins.
Yeah.
Like, sir, come on. What are you doing? You were so dramatic for no reason.
Right. And it only made it more complicated for himself because then he had to get out of the plastic to get to her after. I was like, oh, that didn't seem like it was working for you.
Right. And this was after he already cut her hair in the middle of her sleep.
Yeah, definitely could have killed her there, but nope. Just a little haircut for you, Helen.
How do you feel about all those weird taunting scenes?
I don't know. I think that's why it gets confusing about like what he really wants. Like, is he like a full on, like, I'm just going to kill anybody? But then he takes his time at places too with like the taunting and the hair cutting and the bodies like sometimes getting exposed and then not exposed. I don't know. Like, sometimes it feels like you're really wasting your time here. But then also, like, are you going to kill him or not?
Yeah, I'll get to it eventually. I'll kill them, but I want to torture them a little bit.
Yeah, I guess.
It's just weird. Just kill them.
Right.
You already waited a year.
Yeah, that's true. Like, plus, if you really wanted this big, like, scary build-up, send them the letters to their schools or whatever. Then when they come home and be like, I'm waiting for you here.
Well, but then maybe they wouldn't come home.
Oh,
You know.
maybe.
He had to wait till they were all back,
Ah, yes, I guess so.
perhaps.
I don't know what you could have done to fix it, but it just wasn't it, kind of thing.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Also, there's a scene where he attacks Barry for the first time. He lets him live.
Yeah,
Could have killed him.
yeah, he just lets Barry freak out. He's laying on his back. There's nothing he can do. He's hurt because he like went through his windshield or something,
Yeah, he
or
shoots him
no,
with a
he
car.
hit him with his car. Yeah,
Mhm. And it fades to black, and then we get to the next scene, and Barry's still alive.
yeah, just like a
Like-
few scratches, just fine, a little worse for wear, I guess.
Yeah. Feel that they could have made them trying to find out who the killer was a little bit longer, add some more elements to the mystery.
Yeah, I think that they were trying to balance it out between like, okay, well, he's a killer, he's got to kill somebody, but we don't want him to kill our main people. And I think they either needed to like add more people to the situation for that initial night, or like have him explain that he blames the whole town or something.
Mm-hmm.
But then it just doesn't make sense with the going back and forth between like the taunting them to being like them being like his primary victims, and then everybody else, they just get killed anyway.
Yeah. He's not a good guy, so maybe he's just a little woohoo in the head because...
But that's also revenge, though, what he did for David Egan. Yeah, because that was
That
because
is
his
true.
daughter died, so...
You're right. I take back what I said.
That would be different, because for a second, too, I think, well, like, he killed him before, so, like, before any of this happened, so he was already a murderer, but that was also a revenge thing, so...
He likes playing with his victims, I guess.
I guess so. What did you think about the whole Ray situation of, like, Ray being Billy Blue with the whole Missy thing? When we come back to Ray, I'm like, okay, I could kind of see it being you.
That was another part that I think they added in there just to raise some suspicion of Ray. However, it happens at the very end of the movie for a grand total of about 2 minutes because the real killer pops up.
Oh, please help me, please.
Easy, child.
Yeah. But when I first see him and I find out that he's a fisherman now, I'm like, oh, well, it could be you. And then he has that interaction with Matt or Max, whichever. They have this like argument about him staying out of their business or whatever, and then the killer comes in and kills him. So I know it's kind of like a red herring, but
I saw this movie many a time.
mhm.
So I'm trying to put myself back into when I maybe hadn't have seen it. I don't think I ever suspected him, to be honest.
Really? I don't know. I
No.
just feel like every time they ever like pointed at like, what the fuck you doing, Ray? Ray was like,
Oh no.
and then he would say something, and I'm like, you seem really suspicious, dude. Like,
Okay.
maybe he
No,
just didn't want them to know that he was a fisherman or something. I don't know.
I guess I could see it, but it's just too obvious.
Yeah. Okay. I think I would have almost preferred it compared to the whole like father of the lady that got killed and then also killed David Egan kind of thing, because I don't know, it's just a few too many steps to get there.
Yeah, for sure. I feel the backstory with Ben Willis is too convoluted. Like he could have just come back to have revenge, you know?
Mhm.
Like you
Yeah.
could have just made it that simple. But you added all these layers of what he was doing that night and yada, yada, yada. I don't think I would have liked it if Ray was the killer. Because why? What would his motive have been?
Just guilt about what happened, I'm guessing, and thinking that they were all bad for doing it, but I don't know.
If anything, he would just kill Barry.
Yeah. Well, what
In
I
my
was
mind.
thinking, if I was really trying to like prove that this was Ray, what I was thinking was he kills off Helen and Barry and like anyone that gets in the way between him and Julie. And then when Julie doesn't want to be with him because she's like scared of him, suspects him, that's when he'll eventually cave in and kill her. Or that's
okay.
Yeah,
I'm
because
just
I
glad.
couldn't remember who the killer was because, again, it's so convoluted. Like, so I was like, it could be anybody. All I knew it wasn't like the sister and like Missy and like Elsa and Missy, even though they did like show them both being like, ooh, and then they like creep around the corner. Like,
I would have preferred Elsa, honestly, and I wouldn't have been surprised.
yeah, Elsa was a problem. I was like, I don't know
Awful.
what's wrong with you and her, but
Hayes, the washed-up, dried-out has-been having a moment. You and your hair. Just so pathetic. So very pathetic.
They're both very pretty blondes, so I feel like there was like a jealousy thing, but Elsa was just as equally pretty. So,
I don't know. She just was awful. What did you give Atmosphere?
I gave Atmosphere a 1. I said a small seaside town that doesn't add too much to the movie. Everyone is pretty standoffish to add to the suspects, but it still doesn't feel like a lot of possibilities. They do try to make it feel like anyone could be the killer by adding that everyone owns a fisherman's jacket. But that's like saying the majority of people have brown eyes here. Missy's house gives off some Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes, but all the scenes there are brightly lit and no one is ever really in danger there.
I give Atmosphere a 1. Takes place in a North Carolina town that covers locations including the docks, a boat, theater, and a few houses. Not a lot to add to the movie. However, the finale of the movie on the boat is a nice location change that adds some danger for our characters. I like the setting. It's kind of those coastal towns have a quaint feel to them.
Kind of like the Good Son in a way. Like,
yeah, I can see that.
In Maine, looking over the water. And yeah, I could see that.
It's like there's something wrong with this place.
Yeah.
It looks very nice, but I know something.
It's too pretty. That's wrong.
It's too pretty. Exactly. Kind of.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Coastal towns, I'm like, something's going on here.
Yeah. It's too sleepy. They're all too quaint and happy.
Exactly. I do like the ending with the boat, though. I think that's interesting, where he tries to like get out of there, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what the plan was. Also, at one point she was going so deep in the boat, I was like, how big is this damn boat?
Infinity boat. It just keeps going.
Yeah. And then she finds them all covered with ice, and I was like, but like, he's keeping people on ice that he's killed days ago. Like, how much ice are you going to the supermarket for? Like, I don't know. It just seems excessive.
If anyone owns a boat that has a lot of ice in it, I don't know how boats work. Like, does this particular boat have an ice machine in there?
Maybe. I don't know. Neither of us clearly are boat people, but I guess since he is a fisherman, he would need that kind of capability for the fish. But
right. I didn't even question it. I was like, yeah, for sure this boat has ice equipped in there somehow, or can make it.
Maybe it does. Maybe it's just like a little refrigerator on the sea.
That's really what it is. It's not actually a boat. What did you have for villain?
I said 1. The fisherman is surprisingly and nearly unrealistically quick, which I think is his main advantage, but I don't fear him because I didn't leave him for dead, and I'll be sure not to get in that man's way. Like, oh fuck, I'll just move to the side here, sir, so go ahead. Like,
you go, I have nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, I didn't do it.
Yeah, I didn't see shit. Like, how about you?
I gave villain also 1. I said, I don't find the fisherman / Ben Willis to be all that scary. Even if it doesn't make a ton of sense in the story, he will just kill anyone in his way. That can make him more scary because essentially no one is safe.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to taunt his victim before outright killing them, which seems to be more of a movie filler idea. Visually speaking, he's just a man in a raincoat and doesn't quite reach levels of Michael, Jason, Freddy, or a Ghostface.
Yeah. I wonder if like his evolution when we get to I still know what you did last summer, now that he has the official hook, because he's just carrying it at first, but then he loses the hand at the end, so then like the hook is part of him, or at least that's what we should assume. I haven't seen the second one.
I saw it one time. It's not good.
Oh.
And I don't recall what the situation was there.
Really? Okay.
No, because then he's just like a knockoff Candyman, I feel, with a hook.
I heard if I believe I'm remembering correctly on a video I watched about it, it becomes like a more supernatural thing. Like he should be dead, but he's just like, he is.
Okay.
Yeah. Like you said with Candyman. So.
Yeah. I don't remember. I've definitely watched Dead Meat's kill counts on these movies before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. I doubt we're going to watch the second one, but maybe we will. Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows?
Let us know if you really want us to see it.
Yeah, let us know.
It's not high on my list personally, but I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you.
I'll do it for you, girl. I feel like this movie is a well-known movie in terms of slashers, but it doesn't get there
Yeah.
in the upper levels, I would say, of these other movies.
Right. Like, because when I think of someone like Freddy or Jason or Michael Myers, I'm like, this isn't even cracking it, like cracking the top 5.
No, it's definitely in like the second group, if there was a second group.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a dude with a hook and a raincoat. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's practical. It's just not scary. Did you give the movie your extra special point?
I chose not to because it was a little too long and repetitive, because it's always, with a hook. Something was off because I usually really love a mystery and this just wasn't it. I felt like I had no one to root for. I mean, like, I liked Helen, but whatever.
Oh, snap. Oh, whatever. She said whatever. Fuck this movie.
Sorry.
And fuck Ben Willis.
Well, it's just because I knew Helen wasn't going to make it. Julie's the main girl, and I didn't really care for Julie either way, like beginning or end, so.
Okay. I like Julie. I think she's fine. I love how she runs away like 3 times. Books it from a conversation. She's like, I'm done.
Yes.
But I don't want to know you either.
I just thought there was a couple of times, like in the beginning, she comes off very Hermione Granger. She's always like correcting them, like their verbiage and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then even towards the end, like Ray's like, I still love you, and she's like, I feel your pain. Like, what the fuck? Okay.
She's traumatized, Stephanie. Give her a break.
I don't know. She's just odd to me.
She's not my favorite character, but I don't mind her on the whole.
Yeah, okay. Well, did you use her special point?
I did.
Ooh.
I do like this movie overall. I think it's convoluted, but overall, I do find it an enjoyable movie.
Oh, okay.
I do
surprised.
Are you?
Yeah, I thought we
Why?
were both like on the same page.
No, I mean, would I go out of my way to watch it as much as Scream or some of these other movies I mentioned? No. Did I enjoy watching it? I did.
Oh, all right.
So it's simple as that. It's not too scary, which I almost didn't give it a point because of that. But it's a fun slasher.
Okay.
Like, don't go in expecting anything new. I do wish they explored a little bit more about their guilt and stuff. I thought that was a cool element.
Yeah.
Because in other movies, I mean, sometimes people are just dying just because they died. These people deserve it. In a sense,
Yeah.
to a degree, that it's not surprising that someone's after them. Like, it makes sense. So I think that part's cool.
Yeah, they probably should have like montaged it, like what happened when they all split up for the summer and went on their separate ways. Because like we know Helen went to New York, but then like it didn't work out for some reason.
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
Yeah, we could have done something like that, and then just cut out all the taunting, and then Missy's character and all this stuff. So I think the overall idea was better than the execution.
Yeah,
but I still had fun with it.
Okay.
Totaling up the points, I gave it a 7, and you gave it a 5.
Well, okay.
Pretty middle of the road, a little less for you, but
yeah.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and, of course, leave us a comment on any movie you'd like us to cover next.
You can find us on social media using 13 Degrees of Screams.
This has been 13 Degrees of Screams, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.